12 signs of narcissistic abuse syndrome in a relationship. Today, we will look at the 12 signs of narcissistic abuse syndrome in a relationship. If you have been trying to learn more about whether you're in an abusive relationship or dating a narcissist, this one's for you. Falling in love is one of the most beautiful experiences on the planet. The first few weeks or months are blissful. Everything appears through rose-colored glasses. But as time passes, you realize that your once perfect companion is beginning to change. Abuse can manifest in various events and ways, such as change in intonation, vocabulary, or mannerisms. Throughout this video, we will share the 12 signs of abuse in a narcissistic relationship and tips to get yourself out of the rut. But before we get started, please take a quick second and support our content by liking, subscribing, and turning the notification bell on. This helps us create more videos like this for your entertainment. If you're all set, let's get started. Number 1. She keeps you from spending time with friends and family. A female narcissist will always want all eyes on her. Therefore, the quality time you may want to spend with friends and family can look like a threat to her. As mentioned in previous videos, narcissists tend to experience episodes of narcissistic rage when they feel threatened or insecure. Consequently, female narcissists can become abusive or enraged whenever you spend time with others. Different forms of narcissistic abuse syndrome often include claims of being unloved, abandoned, or even disregarded. However, it is essential to recognize that these are mere tactics that a narcissistic woman will use to brainwash you. Once you gain that awareness, you can quickly pinpoint the abuse and walk the other way. Number 2. She refuses to respect your boundaries. A lack of respect for your boundaries is one of the signs of narcissistic abuse. Female narcissists still understand the concept of boundaries and could respect your space if they cared enough. Therefore, not doing so becomes a form of abuse through which a narcissistic person can control you. If you suspect you are in a relationship with a female narcissist, it is best to have clear-cut boundaries. You must make her understand that they cannot control you or disrespect your boundaries if this relationship truly means something to her. Number 3. She abuses you physically, verbally, and emotionally. Sometimes, narcissistic abuse syndrome can be so clearly caused that you will not have any problems noticing it. Under such unfortunate circumstances, you may experience physical, emotional, and verbal abuse. If you or someone you love is being harassed by a narcissist in any way, shape, or form, you should contact the authorities. When a narcissistic relationship reaches that level of abuse, you cannot save it. While you may want to grieve a relationship, you should also understand that whatever you thought you had with this partner was an illusion that eventually started to harm you. No relationship is worth your sanity and safety. Therefore, you should seek help from professionals and your social circle to escape the abusive cycle and start anew. Number 4. She enjoys seeing you in pain. Finding joy in the pain of others is often a sadistic trait, but this sadism can also manifest itself in narcissistic personality disorder. Therefore, if you notice that your partner takes even the slightest joy in seeing you be uncomfortable or unhappy, it is a massive sign of narcissistic abuse. This sadistic approach is more dangerous in narcissists than anyone because they prioritize their pleasure over anything else. So the next time you find yourself in an unfamiliar situation, remember that someone who can take pleasure in your pain will often go to extremes to drag you down for their entertainment. If you enable a narcissist to push you towards painful scenarios, you will throw your happiness down the drain. At this point, the best course of action is to set clear boundaries and stick to them even if she threatens to leave you. Number 5. She talks about herself all the time. Narcissists love to be the topic of conversation, so if you are with a talkative female narcissist, you can expect to hear about her life experiences and personal anecdotes almost all the time. At first, this can seem like an excellent opportunity to get to know someone, but over time, hearing about your narcissistic female partner's experiences over and over again, even when the question was directed at you, can get tiring. The fine line between everyday conversations and extreme self-centered behavior will determine if your relationship is laced with signs of abuse. Number 6. She refuses to take the blame. Finding the courage to admit that they did something wrong comes hard for many people with insecurities, so it makes sense that narcissists with their extreme lack of self-esteem experience the same thing. Therefore, it is a common trait among all narcissists to refuse to take the blame on themselves. Instead of acknowledging their mistakes, narcissistic women and men will try to turn things around and make you feel guilty. Although in the case of female narcissists, this is heavily done through emotional manipulation, whereas male narcissists resort to physical abuse. Number 7. She is focused on materialistic things. When a person's love language is receiving gifts, it is to be expected that she will value the things you buy for her. However, there are degrees of how much a person can value these materialistic things. When the focal point of a relationship shifts from emotional connection and deep communication to money and materialism, things get a little more complicated. Because focusing solely on material gain can mean that your partner is using you to sustain her spending and may further abuse you to attain her ideal lifestyle. This can also be a form of narcissistic abuse. Number 8. She reacts badly to any kind of criticism. The narcissist loves to criticize, but hates to be on the receiving end of criticism. Therefore, she may react negatively toward even the most constructive of criticisms. Her reactions can range from giving you the cold shoulder to losing her temper. Either way, she will not stand for any of your efforts to improve the relationship. So you should step away from the narcissist and not tolerate her abuse. Number 9. She thinks everyone envies her. The female narcissist is often so over in her head that she will believe the world revolves around her. In the mind of a narcissist, everyone, from men to women, envy her because they cannot be with her or be like her. As such, a female narcissist will be prone to gaslighting you and holding it over your head that she settled for you, even when it's not true. She seeks to make you behave according to her mindset by conditioning you to believe that she is out of your league. But the truth is, you probably are the one who is out of her league. Therefore, you should not be ashamed to do what you think is right. Ultimately, partners will come and go, but you will always be responsible for how you treat yourself. Number 10. She disregards your feelings. The sole power of a narcissist stems from her belief in having a higher ground. She may claim she is so much better than you, or that your feelings don't matter. However, this is simply not true. Your thoughts, feelings, and ideas are all valid. You deserve to be heard just as much as anyone else. If your partner leads you to believe otherwise, she's abusing you. Number 11. She withholds intimacy to establish control. Intimacy in a relationship can hold a lot of power regarding connectivity. A female narcissist knows how to use this against you and can withhold intimacy to establish control over your behavior. Therefore, you should make your needs crystal clear to her. If she refuses to acknowledge you, the situation can quickly become abusive, which means you need to look for ways out of that relationship. Number 12. She love bombs you. Love bombing is a common term across therapists and survivors of narcissistic abuse, primarily because this is an abuse tactic often used by all selfish people. Love bombing occurs when a narcissist wears you out and then showers you with love in a back and forth motion. Once you, as the victim, get accustomed to that pattern, you begin to chase the next high in the relationship. This is why most narcissistic relationships get addictive and abusive. Love bombing can have severe consequences and should be acted upon as soon as you spot it. If you think your partner is love bombing you, that is enough reason to walk out. That marks the end of our video on recognizing whether your partner is a narcissistic abuser. If you enjoyed watching this, please let us know by giving a thumbs up. Want to be the first to know when we have a new video? Then turn on the bell to be notified every time we upload one. We'll see you in our next video.